Hey, I don't have my helpers here to help me get stuff together. All right, let's see. Okay, let's start mixing. I don't know how much of this to mix. I never know how much to mix. So I'm going to mix a teaspoon. I think it's too little. I think maybe I'll do the tablespoon again, which is a half a tablespoon, which is a full tablespoon. You combine both parts. That's what I did last time. I feel like there was a lot, but I have all of these to cover, so I feel like you only need a little tiny bit, but with some of these, I feel like it needs a little bit of a thicker layer. So give me just a second. I'm trying to get this. See if I can wipe it off or if it's hardened, because I don't know if it's hardened or not. Seems sticky, so. Don't have any alcohol in that thing, so let me put some in my little spray bottle. Oh. Okay. Try spraying this alcohol. Okay, I think it's just like really hardened on it, so I didn't have anything to wipe it off with when I used it last, so I think I gotta just scrape it off if I want it to come off. Okay, so I'll do that next time. As long as it's not coming off in a slimy glob, which it's not, it's pretty stuck in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a tablespoon of hardener. And let me move the hardener off the table because I do not want to get it confused, which has happened before, I'll admit. End up placing the wrong one in the wrong container. I've tried to pour some back before when I was pouring into measuring cups, and I poured it into the wrong one. I ended up having to make a whole lot of resin after that because I didn't want it to get ruined. So I ended up being able to salvage it, but I definitely don't recommend pouring back into containers once you pour it out. You might accidentally pour it into the wrong one. All right, and then I'm going to do half a teaspoon of resin. It's like super quiet in here. Almost too quiet. I'm not used to it being so quiet. Usually have my kids 24/7, but they're at the park playing currently with my husband. Hi, Addicted to Diamonds. How are you? It's so weird. It says there's only one person on. I know, right? It's never this quiet in our house. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. There's always somebody whining or somebody crying or somebody screaming. Something. Oh, nice. What are you working on? I haven't been able to diamond paint in a little while because running an Etsy shop is like super busy. I'm always doing something. So always doing something. Let's see, I do have some popsicle sticks still. See, this is like a lot. So I'm hoping it doesn't matter because I can make like some cover minders, kitty cat cover minders or something with the extra. But never know much to mix. I don't want to make too little and don't want to mix too much. It's just blank. I like looked up and it was blank. So is it blinking? What is it doing? Weird. Weird, weird, weird. So this is my first time. This is my second time covering diamond painting pens in resin because I bought this turner from Michael's, I think it was. Just because I wanted to see how it would work. Because I know that they have a set like an attachment for some of these, but I can't figure out how to get this part off. So I just made a makeshift. I put pool noodles in between the parts because this part is like already attached to it. So I just put pool noodles and hair ties around it, and then I poked holes. Hi, Crash with Crashly, how are you? So these are clay. These ones are clay, and I'm gonna cover it in resin. And then this is clay. This one, let me see. This one right here and this one, these are Inkjoy pens, and they are covered in resin underneath. Kawaii. Okay. So I have like this one is covered in clay with the resin over it, and I like it much better sealed in the resin because I was using the polyurethane, but I like it much better in the resin. So I decided I'm going to start covering them in the resin, and this one's covered in resin, so it's like a really super high gloss. Andrew, what are you talking about kawaii stuff? Leave it to my husband to ask me odd questions. What are you talking about? I just tried the UV resin though. Um, I tried it with the UV resin, but I feel like it was really lumpy. I feel like it got really lumpy without the whole turning aspect. So, um, I feel like with the turner, it makes it an even coat more. So that's why I just use regular resin. Kawaii is a style, yes, but I don't know what you're talking about. There, it's like characters or something. It's like cutesy faces or something. Why are you asking me about Kawaii, Andrew? You're so weird. Uh, I'm still like really like learning because I have so many pens on here because when I mix the resin, I don't want to waste it. So I don't want to mix too little where it doesn't mix well enough. So I um like some of these I feel like they had some resin on it already, but it didn't like fully um soak into all of the crevices, so I had to like recoat it again just to add a second layer. And most of them add like a second layer to it anyway. It's just harder, because you have to mix it every time. So I think the turner is the trick. Like um, you've got to make sure too that you coat it enough too while you're spreading it because you've got to get all of the crevices. And I have you watched any of the Inkjoy? Because that's how I started to watch for resin coverage, is with the Inkjoy tutorials. Um, I have this little flat guy that I use for the so this one I covered it with vinyl with the opposite effect of so I cut these little things out and then I just wrapped it around so that I didn't waste any vinyl. So it's like the reverse of hold on, there's it's stuck in my hand now. Well, let go. Let me go. So like for this one, I used let me turn it. So for this one, I used the dots on it, the cheetah pattern. And then for this one, I used the opposite pattern. So the spots on there are actually the resin underneath. So it's like a stencil more. So for these ones, I used this and I used the resin and I just poured it and then like kind of scraped it down so that it would be even. For the most part, it worked. Um, there's like one or two spots that didn't get evenly coated just so that the resin could go down inside there. And then for this one, I just use my fingers and just pour it on like that. Yeah, so check out like a Inkjoy tutorial, an Inkjoy pen tutorial. They cover all their in resin. I don't know if it's all UV resin or I think they use the quick dry, the one that like lasts like three hours before it dries or something like that. But I don't have that kind of resin, so I just use this one. I wish I had the little finger condom things because I don't like my gloves that I have, but So then I just go ahead and apply it like that across it. And you got to make sure that you get all of it. For the Inkjoy pens, you want to make sure that you take care with the end of it. Like you don't want to get this stuff inside, the resin inside. You want to just keep it all on the outside. And they have plugs for them. I think they use like some kind of eraser or something to keep it out of there, but I don't have anything like that, so I just make sure I don't get any of it on the inside. And since I cover my diamond painting pens in clay, it works out with the resin too. So, and like I said, I did try it with UV, but it seemed really lumpy, and I don't know. I don't think that UV is the best type of resin for the project. The hardest part for me is making sure that I get resin on all of the whole thing. All right. Thanks, Crashly, for stopping by. You're so funny, Crashly. Ah, this one obviously didn't get put down into the tape enough to hold on to it. This is only my second time covering with resin, so I'm like, I feel like I'm not the expert at it. So that's the only reason I suggested other Inkjoy tutorials. I feel so honored to have Crashly stop by my channel. I'm like, whoa, I usually ask her questions. So I actually asked her a few questions about baking my pen. So I'm like, wow, she's asking me questions. I feel so on the spot now. I think maybe I might look into the other resin, but I don't know. It makes me nervous because it has such little workable time. I don't know if I'd be able to work fast enough. like a zone when I do resin because I feel like I'm like not working fast enough. I start to be like, oh my gosh, am I spreading it fast enough? Is it gonna give me enough time? Is it gonna harden? What is it gonna do? Sometimes working with resin is stressful, to say the least. Because it's like very unpredictable stuff. You never know if it's gonna overheat and harden on its own. So before you even get to use it, I've had that happen to me. Like I mixed a lot, I guess maybe too much at once. See, and on this one, I'm gonna use this. Well, because he's 6 and he doesn't know why Aiden's going on the other swing, it's not a big deal as long as he fits on it. As long as he don't get stuck. Sometimes the older kid wants to be the younger kid, and so on and so forth. So he sees Aiden going on the littler swing, so he wants to go on the littler swing too. But is there only one of those swings? I don't know what is happening outside, but it sounds kind of weird. I'm trying to make sure that these crevices have enough resin this time, so I don't have to go back and do another coat after. But if I have to do a second coat, it's not a big deal. It's just um third coats. I don't want to do a third coat on something. So and you can do it on this one as well. If you don't want to use your finger, I feel like, because you can get it to be pretty even, just painting it on there. I feel like. Glad I locked the door because I don't know what these weirdos are on there doing. Didn't hear what they're doing out there. Like whistling and like, I don't know what else. Yeah, I need like another device that is lower down so I can read comments easier. It's a lot harder to read comments while I'm doing resin, just because I want to make sure that I don't take too long. Can you guys hear the neighbors outside? Like laughing? I also wish that this thing would turn the other direction sometimes. But since it's on a pencil, I can kind of turn the pencil around. And this might actually need a second layer to it anyway, like it's supposed to get. I think I will do just a little follow up with this with my finger as well, just to make sure that there are no divots in it. I wish I had a regular turner, but I think they're more expensive than this one. And this one I could get from Michael's, and so I just wanted to test it before I invest in anything more elaborate. So just trying to make sure they're not touching each other. I don't think Aiden will be okay on the bigger one. I think that you should definitely not put Aiden on the bigger one, because he will just fall right off of it. If you're gonna put Aiden on the bigger one, I would say you either have to sit with him, or I don't know. I wouldn't put Aiden on the bigger swing. He's not ready for that yet. Definitely not ready for that yet. Whoopsie. Did not mean to speed it up faster. And this thing is noisy as heck, too. Noisy, noisy. I'm just trying to make sure that I got all of the sections. Now I want to get the bubbles off of them. They do seem to have some bubbling. So it's going to get noisy for a minute. I think the key to getting it well covered also is to make sure that you do a thin layer. I think that's another key to making sure that it's gonna be good to go. And get these little sections around the front. And then you let them turn until they don't drip anymore. Because I don't typically turn them for full like dry time because I don't see a point in doing that after they're not dripping anymore. And besides, the sound like literally drives me crazy. The sound is so crazy annoying. You can also to get bubbles out, you can also spray it with alcohol, which I typically do also. The more alcohol content, the better. So like 91%, 90% and above is usually the best. Yeah, I can see on this zebra one that there's like a little indenting, and it's right there. So I'm just gonna add a little bit more to it. like I said, they're actually meant to have 2 layers on them. So if one layer doesn't do it, then I have no problem adding another. It's just when you have to add 3 layers, that's too many. All right, so I still have a little bit of my resin left. So I think I'm gonna make a couple little cover minders. Let me just make sure this one is covered a little bit more. I don't know, an earplug will help, but if I had to do turning all day, maybe. Because I would go nuts if I had to run this a lot. I would go absolutely crazy. Alright, so let me just add a little bit of glitter to this. So that I can make cover minder earrings, cover minder and earrings. Oh, that was the rest. The nice thing about having mold. So I guess I can explain a little bit more on how to create Inkjoy pens themselves. Like I said, I watched a bunch of tutorials about it, but since I'm a diamond painter, I use it a little bit of a different material online. A little bit more. I could use the rest of this in the gummy bear. You know what? There is, should be enough. At least part of it. It'll be tiny, but let's see if it's enough. You know, like resin. It does not make me happy. You guys hear that noise? It's so obnoxious. And I think it's even louder because of how heavy it is. You know, with the extra pencil and stuff on there. But it's alright. I try to ignore that after a certain point, but it makes it really hard. Alright. Okay. I think they're definitely based on how they're looking, but that's okay because, like I said, they're meant to have two coats to them. I just wanted to try to get the word out possible. So because I'm gonna paint, I use the product Dot Stick, which you can see here. which is basically the same thing as Tackett. I don't know if one is stronger than the other. I haven't used Tackett, so I really don't know if Tackett is stronger or if dot stick is stronger. I just know that I have only used dot sticks or dot stick. So actually this stuff on separate table that everything dries on. Okay, so I just for the Inkjoy part, I just take this clippy part off, and then I sand down the nub that sticks out. I also sand down this piece over here, and I take out the insides of the pen, and then I use dot stick on top of it when I put the glitter on. Now for diamond painting pens, if you're a diamond painter, you know what a diamond painting pen looks like. But you get these in every diamond painting, and in order to make them thicker, for people who like them thicker, I put clay around them, polymer clay, and then I either do a design on it and then cover it, or I put glitter on it. This one I have glitter and I have confetti in it, and then I covered it in the resin. So since I'm not handling resin anymore, I lost my little stool. Okay, so then this has glitter on it and clay, but I made it thinner. And then this one has clay on it, and this one's a little bit thicker, just and you can see that has the pink inside, the pink pen casing, and then I just covered this one in resin. On this one, I have covered it in glitter, polymer clay, and vinyl. The black splotches are vinyl, and then I covered it in resin. And then this one is the same, just covered in resin. This one might need another layer because it's not as smooth right here, because one of my other ones touched it while it was spinning. You got to do a little manipulation to keep them sometimes on the little block, so they don't just fall off. You don't want them to fall off. And then I also have another type of pens that I'm doing as well. This one is not sanded. It's not. I just threw a few little diamonds in there, and then I actually, because I didn't have enough resin, I actually threw some of this glitter resin in the back. So it's only in the back. It looks pretty cool how it came out. But these are resin molds, and they have different shapes. This one's like a squared one, and I feel like for me, I don't know if I like the thicker pens or not. I haven't really decided. And then I have, there's 3 different, there's this one too. A lot of the glitter sank to the front of it. And it needs to be sanded down a little bit, but there's that one. And then I feel like, where's the other one? There's another one that I'm on the fence about liking. I really am not fond of its shape. One side of it is flat. Let me see if I can find one of those pens. No, other one. Yeah, that one is the same. This one didn't have enough. Experimented with it. I didn't have enough resin put into it. Gosh, where is that other pen? I don't know what I did with it. Thought it was sitting on my table. My table's a mess right now, so apologies. Trying to. I gotta do something with those. Where did I put other pen? I really don't know what I did with it. I don't know why I can't find it. That's so weird. Weird, weird, weird. Oops. So if you are interested, I also sell little templates on my Etsy shop for the pens. And they match these. So they match the same template. It has the butterfly, but it's longer. So if you're interested in those, you can look those up. They're $2 each. So if you just need the pen one, then it's $2. And then you can rent them for your shop if you sell them. Like I said, it has the butterfly cut out. It's about to get really loud in here. Or not. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. I really don't know. Oh, you know what? I found another square one. I can't. Oh, I have resin on my leg. Well, on my pants. I must have dripped it. Oh, you know what? I just found it. Cool. Okay, so then there's this one too, and this whole side is flat, which for me, I don't like it. But I don't know. You think I should sell these as diamond painting pens? Do you think someone would like the flat? For me, it's just a little awkward. If I were to hold this, I would hold it on the round side down with the flat side up, because this way doesn't feel comfortable to me. So I don't know. What do you guys think? I have not decided whether I like it or not. I feel like I don't know. I feel like I don't really like it myself, but um and then there's this one. I think needs a little bit more um polishing because it's like kind of cloudy, so I need to polish it up a little bit. But so those are some of the things that I have been experimenting with as far as resin goes. I don't know. I haven't successfully made one that I'm just like, oh, I absolutely would buy that. So for me, I'm my worst critic, so it's hard for me. But if you guys want to leave a comment in the description below, let me know what you think. If you like them, don't like them, or what. But if nobody has any questions, then I'll probably go ahead and end my live now. I've been on for an hour, so you can always leave me questions in the replay. That's perfectly okay. And I appreciate Crashly for stopping by. I was so surprised. I'm like, wow. I usually stop by your lives, not the other way around, but hey, there's a first for everything, and I appreciate it for sure. But if you have any questions, let me know. And you can always ask anything you want. I'm probably gonna try the other resin just to try it, because I think it would be a better success probably. Since it dries in 3 hours versus, like 24 hours for the other stuff. But anyways, thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe for more Misty Anthony design content. See you next time.